Hello, my dears, and welcome to the garden. And I am so very glad that you're here. This story is called The Piano. A mother, wishing to encourage her young son's progress on the piano, took him to a much-anticipated Paderewski concert. The concert hall was large, with its velvet chairs, crystal chandeliers, and beautiful ornate fixtures. After they were seated, the mother spotted an old friend in the audience. She looked at her young son and said, "Okay, dear, I'm going to visit my friend 4 rows down. Please stay right here. I'll only be a minute. And remember, no talking to strangers." She kissed him on his forehead and went down the aisle. He sat there swinging his feet, as 6-year-olds do. But as these things go, curiosity got the best of him, and he began exploring the concert hall. He wandered through endless back corridors, rooms that were guarded by large ornate doors. The floors were polished to a pristine shine, so much so you could see your reflection. A couple of rooms had doors that were ajar. There was an artist's lounge where a few people were laughing and drinking something with bubbles. The next room was empty, so he ventured in. There were racks and racks of beautiful clothing and costumes. Tall mirrors lined the opposite wall. In the corner, he found a stack of hats. He stayed there for a bit, standing in the mirror trying them on. The next room had a long mirror with big bright lights around the edges. There were all sorts of brushes in various sizes, hair dryers and combs, tissues and lipstick and makeup, enough to paint the whole world, or so he thought. But the best part were the chairs. He climbed into the closest one and took a long twirl. Feeling slightly dizzy, he stumbled down a brightly lit corridor that had a door that read, "No admittance." He stared at it for a long moment. He knew how to read some things, but this word was rather large. He said to himself while twirling his fingers. "Why not?" And he pushed through the door. As the house lights dimmed, the mother concluded her conversation and returned swiftly to her seat. Her eyes grew wide. She could feel her heart beat faster. Her young son was gone. With a reserved franticness, she tried to summon an usher for assistance, but just then the curtains parted. Spotlights focused on the impressive Steinway situated on the center stage. Much to her astonishment, the mother saw her little boy perched on the piano bench, innocently picking out "Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star." At that moment, the great piano master made his entrance. Quickly moving to the piano, he gently whispered in the boy's ear, "Don't quit, keep playing." Then leaning over, Paderewski reached down with his left hand and began filling in the bass part. Soon his right arm reached around to the other side of the child, and he added a running obligato. Together, the old master and the young novice transformed what could have been a frightening situation into a wonderfully creative experience. The audience was so mesmerized that they couldn't recall what else the great master played, only the classic "Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star." Perhaps that's the way it is with God. What we can accomplish on our own is hardly noteworthy. We try our best, but the results aren't always graceful flowing music. However, with the hand of the master, our life's work can be truly beautiful. So, my dears, the next time you set out to accomplish great feats, listen carefully. You may hear the voice of the master whispering in your ear, "Don't quit, keep playing." It is my hope that you feel his arms around you and know that his hands are there helping you turn your feeble attempts into true masterpieces. Until next time, my dears, be well.